Glorious Tuesday morning, and it is me, Hope. I am speaking because I love to speak, and I have a message for you this morning. As we are fully into the final quarter, I want you to ask yourself, what are you selling? What are you selling? And I share this because as soon as you leave your home, you are selling something. You are selling your confidence. You are selling your lack of self. You are selling your ability to conform. You are selling your time. But most of all, you are selling something about you. There's something about you when people see you, when you come into the room. The individuals that work around you, they can link something with you. They may say, oh, Karen is always happy. Or they may say, Ben Freeman is always bringing lunch. Or they may say, Willie Jewel Ware is always in a bad mood. However, everywhere you go, you're known for something. So what are you selling? What are you promoting within yourself, for yourself? How are the people around you associating your character with? And do you even know? It could be as simple as Arthur Jagger's always wearing a certain pair of shoes. But wherever you go, you leave a signature of yourself. And why it's important to know this is simply because when you're aware, you can then control how you show up, know how you show up, change how you show up, or just simply be aware of how you show up. And I'm reminded of this because as anyone, thank you, Joseph, who has been on my lives. I come on every day. I am a professional speaker. This Saturday, I am giving my first TED Talk in Karlsruhe, Germany. And I'm excited about this endeavor. Because as a speaker, this is a platform that is confirmation of some sort. To be able to have that on your CV or your resume, or say, I am a speaker, I have given a TED Talk. Well, you're not going with me. However, I encourage you to go. And that confirmation may lead to other things. However, I am the same speaker before and after. I show up. You're not going with me, Joseph. You're not going with me. I leave tomorrow. You're not going with me. So that's not going to happen. However, thank you. And to accomplish that, and to know that simply I'm the same speaker. There's nothing that the TED stage is giving me that I don't already present. I'm already speaking the same words with the same cadence, with the same energy. But there's a strange thing about human beings in the sense that they won't know until someone tells them that it's worthy of listening to. How often do you hear any entertainer who says, I've been at this for 10 years, and then an overnight success? It's not an overnight success, but maybe a company or a brand gave that stamp where others say, oh, since they have the stamp of them, I'm going to give the listen. Nothing has changed about the artist or the person. And that's a strange thing. It's something to conceptualize because I have been showing up every day. Sure, I believe things do come overnight, over several nights. And sometimes your awareness or someone's awareness to whatever you do is overnight. However, again, it's perception. It does. It's bit by bit. Every day it changes. Same with this TED event. Everyone who comes in my lives knows I'm here to give an inspirational talk. I always speak on whatever has transpired in my day and I weave it into a message. And I'm sure after this TED event on Saturday, there will be a bit more visibility. However, I'm just showing up. And that's what it's about. It's about just showing up every day, knowing that you've already given yourself the stamp. It's nothing outside of you. It's always been within you. That stamp is you. Whatever it is you do. If it's something that you cook, if it's the way that you have a skill, if it's the way that you raise your family, if it's just the way that you live life, it is already you. There is no stamp that makes you more of you. And to accept that is to know all I have to do is show up and be me. There's nothing else I have to do but just show up with this smile, with this glow, with this vigor for life, with this excitement just to share and uplift and do what I love. That's all I have to do. What you want will come. However, you just have to show up every day. And that's the difficult part. Because the difficult part is the monotony, is the boring part, is the routine, is the just doing that every day. Every day. Without the visibility, without the brands coming, or without the opportunities, assuming that the opportunities are already there and you will have them as long as you consistently show up. Everything you need, you will find within yourself. Absolutely. I love that. Miyamoto Musashi. Yes. However, let me question all 200 people in this live. How often do you do that? I have done my own personal work. However, an observation would be easily said that there are a portion of people that are always seeking outside themselves to validate what they feel they don't have. I need this to validate me. I need this brand on my arm, or I need this brand of clothing to show that I have some sort of financial wealth that makes me worthy of your respect or your time. I need this institution or school or diploma to let people know that I am worthy of their time. No, you are already it. That is actually the power to know it's already you. It's already you. Good morning, sunshine. And to continue to show up as you, to continue to go forward proudly with what is you, without seeking that other to say, I'm safe if I have this. I'm worthy if I have this. People will like me if I have this. Those other people won't like me because I have this, and that validates me. No, you are you. You are you. And I come on and speak purposely in this form. I am intentional about everything. I'm intentional about my lack of makeup. I love good, clear skin. Like, healthy skin is the win. There's a radiance that comes from just the caring of oneself. Drinking water, sleep, proper nutrition, not dealing with crazy people, because it will show up. When I shaved all my hair off, thank you. I did that purposely. It was a rebirth for me, but also on a side note for women to see that. To see a woman confidently show up as herself. Because we often have the visuals of the opposite. And it's powerful to have that confidence of, I love, like, respect, and show up as me. I have this power because it's in me. It's not because of what I wear or what I put on my skin or what I place on my head or how my nails show up. No, it's me. Good morning, Mag. This is intentional. Somebody may need to see this just to say, hey, I'm beautiful without anything. I'm beautiful because I am me. I'm beautiful and I love makeup. I was a makeup artist. I love styling hair and I color my hair. I'm always doing something different with my hair. I lived with a knowledgeable stylist, so I learned everything about hair. And there's a reason why I show up in this form. I show up like this purposely. I want you to see the beauty of someone who is uniquely stepping out as them, without all the extras. And the extras are fun. This isn't a play or negative speak against the extras. But this message comes from simply a brand reaching out and saying, hope we enjoy what you do. However, we have a different way we want to go. And we want to know if you would promote wigs and nails. No. No. What I will promote is love of oneself. What I will promote is the integrity of someone's character to say, this is what I am. What I will promote is a unity within human beings as a whole. What I will promote is respect of oneself. What I will promote is confidence through the journey. But I won't promote that. That is not something that I seek to promote. Because in knowing oneself, you have to know where the line will be drawn. And everyone who's in my live, I will share again, I am giving my TED Talk in a matter of days this Saturday. I am stepping onto the TED stage. You can go into my link in bio and there's a TED logo and you can click on that and bookmark that because it will be live streamed. And when you see me on the TED stage, you will see this. This is purposeful. Thank you, Jeremy. This is purposeful. When I speak, when I chose to speak, when I chose to speak words of power and confidence and wisdom and upliftment and positivity, I also chose to do it with a specific look. There's a reason why you see me in this form. And does it take a confidence to do that? Maybe. I don't know. For me, I'm just showing up as myself. I made the choice and diligently walked in the decision to speak as myself, to be as authentic to myself as I could be. Because when I was on that airplane, and this is what my TED Talk is about, I was a flight attendant for 15 years, and I had a moment that changed my life. And that moment was May 19th, 2019, when I had an emergency landing due to the left engine failing. And it changed my life. Try being on a plane that you overhear the PA saying, yeah, we're going down. It changes you. It changes you. And what I found is there is actually a growth. There's a scientific term called post-traumatic growth. Not post-traumatic stress, post-traumatic growth, which I experience. When you go through these events, these life-changing events, something happens. It's almost like a lens is redirected, where there's an appreciation for life, where there's a new vigor for life, when there's an inspiration to go deeper within oneself, when there's a connection between everything in this world and you feel it. And I started asking myself these questions. Who am I? What do I want to do? How do I want to show up in the world? Most of all, what am I selling? And that's why I entitled this live, What Are You Selling? Continue to like the live. Please tap the screen. Because unknowingly, the moment you step out of your house, there's something that you're selling. Your great attitude, or your attitude of not being great, or your ability to bring others up, something. You're selling something. What are you selling? And I asked myself, what do I want to sell? How am I showing up in life? I've always loved to speak. I've always been known as that positive person, and I'm a wordsmith. I love words. Traveling these 60 countries and listening to different languages and cultures and hearing the cadence, Grand Rising Black Rambo, of different languages always inspired me. So when I chose to take the path of becoming a professional speaker, I started visualizing what that would look like. And I saw this. I saw the short hair. I actually, from being a makeup artist, had saw the look. Just clean, glowing, bright skin. Now when I'm on stage, I have my red. It's my power color. I love my red. But I specifically was showing up as me. Showing up as me. Because we can be inundated with images that may not promote our authentic self. And I will only show up as my authentic self. Also, I understand women are often given images to sell. You are beautiful when you have this. You are attractive when you put this on. You are worthy of love if you have this attribute. No. It actually beams from inside. There's actually a glow that comes from that beauty of what you are. People feel it. You know, when you walk into a room and there's just that person, they have a great energy, a feeling, a magnetism. You just want to talk to them. It doesn't matter what they wear. It doesn't matter how made up or unmade up they are. There's just something about them. There's a uniqueness, there's an honesty that can't be faked. And regardless of what you put on, that will be felt. That will be felt. On the contrary, you can always feel the opposite. You can easily feel the person that is uncomfortable. that actually doesn't want to be there. Going to any club, sober. I no longer consume alcohol. Once you start going sober, you see how terrible of a gathering it is. The discomfort, the feeling of feeling out of place. I need to drink to feel like I want to be here. It's loud, it's dark, people are stepping on your foot. You feel it. And where does that magnetism come from? Where does that good feeling come from? Where does that glow come from? Where does that feeling of, I want to talk to that person? I believe it comes from essentially showing up as you. But what does that mean? That means taking the chance to just really be what you are. That means to show up without changing yourself because of how others may perceive you. And let me go deeper into that. I'm able to navigate any space. One, because of my confidence of myself. And that creates a space of, I always show up with respect, integrity of myself, and love for another human being. Therefore, I don't walk into a room punching people and kicking people. I don't do that. However, if someone, of course, especially in the workspace. See, in the workspace, and I worked in my father's office, and he would always say, you go into a job for the feeling of payment. I don't have to like anyone. I can get along with everyone. But my goal is not to make best friends in any workspace. I'm cordial. I talk. I don't take anything personally. In a workspace, you're there for the productivity of the job. If you do not get along with someone, okay, that happens. However, you can actually interact with everything in respect. It takes, number one, stepping outside of yourself and saying, I don't have to take this personally. Why am I taking this personally? Why do I allow the discomfort of this to overtake the comfort of myself? I'm here to make money. I'm not here to convince you of my opinions, of my dreams, of my political thoughts, of none of that. Actually, none of that matters. And that's where it gets a bit convoluted. It gets a bit convoluted because why would the acceptance of others overshadow the point of the job, which is to take home your check? And go ahead and clarify that question. I don't quite understand, so clarify that. This is within any space, secular. This is within any space, any job, any workspace. You're going to be around people that aren't you. That's just life. So the expectation that this person must take on this opinion that I take on, or they have to, people are people. Release that expectation. Go in for the goal. What is the goal? If the goal of the job is to successfully take away payment, do that. This expectancy of others having to agree with you, having to have lunch with you, having to show up how you want, that's actually for you to sit with, not for them. And that takes growth. That's actually being an aware individual. It will take confidence Because within that confidence, if someone has a disagreement, when you're in a space of knowing that it doesn't really matter, that's okay for a person to have a contradicting opinion. What does that mean about me? What does that say about me? It doesn't say anything. For you, it doesn't say anything. Actually, your need to want a person to agree or see something your way is for you to grow from, not for them. Not for them. Specifically in a workplace. This experience can be so easy when it is realized what matters. And I share this because after my experience and the post-traumatic growth, after me being on a plane that had an emergency landing due to the left engine failure, I actually said, yeah, none of this matters. Anything that you are worried about or arguing for actually has very little effect on your life in this exact moment. Step back and think about that. Anytime you seek to clarify and stress about an opinion, ask yourself, how does this affect me in this moment? How will this affect me in a week? How will this affect me in a year? A majority of the time, it will not. And that creates the space of saying, okay, that's not for me to manage. That could be something of a control within me. I don't know. I say it always comes back to us. It always comes back to us. It's within us. It comes back to us. How you feel about something will instantly change when new information is introduced. And I share in my lives, this is my truth. It is a truth. It's not the truth. That's how I see life. Life is a series of different truths. Now, what is truth for you may not be a truth for me. However, I can observe it and allow it to exist. My point is never to say that's wrong and this is why. That doesn't breed anything. It doesn't. And it creates a relaxed calmness within yourself when you can walk in a space of, oh, I see that. It's not for me, and that's okay. All right, let me go on. That's it. That's it. And through post-traumatic growth, which was experienced, continue to like the live. Thank you, Mag, for let's get these likes up, for just asking, what is this experience for me? This experience was almost done. I was on a plane that was going down. What does this, anything that you're worried about, any post that you like, none of that matters when you understand how this experience, how short it is. Things that you will worry about, you won't think about in a situation like that. You won't think about on your deathbed or if you're in the hospital from a serious injury. You don't. I started to clarify what has meaning for me and only that. Outside of that, okay, I can let it go. But I know what's purposeful and meaningful for me. I am not going to put my energy into all of these things that I have to defend purely because of my ego or purely because I'm resistant to learn or be open or to adapt or just allow. That takes my power. And I won't allow my power to be siphoned off. It's that simple. It's that simple. And to also know that you can change it in every moment. You can change it in every moment. So, what I learned, especially in that moment, is what this experience is for me. How I choose to make this experience meaningful and purposeful for me, and what matters to me. What matters to me? I remember while I was in the hotel, because we didn't go down in a fiery blaze, and I had an overwhelming sense of sorrow and sadness. And the sadness wasn't from the fear of transition. I'm aware that this will end. The sadness and sorrow came from this voice not being heard. The sadness and sorrow came from how I had consistently told myself no. The sadness and sorrow had came from all of the other hopes and aspirations and dreams that I said I'm not worthy of, I'm not good enough for, it's not for me, I'm not going to try, it's not worth it. That's where it came from. And how easily we can be sidetracked from really things that aren't adding meaning for us. It's become that constant cycle of I work and I get this money and then I pay and then I do this and I do that, and not truly checking in and saying, what matters to me? What does this experience mean for me? What do I want to make this experience? How can I expand this experience for me? How can I? In this day, not tomorrow, not a week, not a month, not when I have the money, not when I have the relationship, not when I lose the weight, not when, in this moment. And I began to write because I thought of that obituary of Hope, 15-year career flight attendant, period. Not Hope, professional speaker, comma, Hope, TED speaker, comma, Hope, philanthropist, comma, Hope, author, comma, Hope. I wasn't really living my name. Maybe I was, but I wasn't fulfilled in what that meant. I wasn't stepping into my sister's name, and my sister's name is Faith. Because there's a difference. I was hoping someday it would come, but you gotta the thing is, the beautiful thing and the actual dangerous thing with hope, it's hoping. It's, I'll see it soon. Not, I have it and I'm doing it. Not, it's happening and it's for me. I said, I gotta make a change today. This doesn't matter to me anymore. And it showed me the beauty of life. Because it's only when we're shown how quickly it can end that we see the beauty of this experience. The beauty of how we can expand. The beauty of how we can change. The beauty how we can be of service to ourselves and to others. Now, a lot of times what stops us is sheerly the journey forward. And I share that the journey forward just takes daily repetitive action. Meaning, if you want to work out, you don't start on day one running 10 miles. You just start 10 minutes. And the beauty that comes from that is you build that self-accountability of, I can and I have. I've showed up for myself for 1 day, 2 days, a week. 3 weeks, a month, and that beauty starts compounding and growing. And then that's when that trust comes, because you see, you can depend on you. Because there was a moment where you said, I will do this, and you didn't. And you held it against yourself. And you said, that's why I never try. And you said, that's why it's never for me. Because you just didn't do it for one day. So what? That happens. Get up and try again. And again. And again. And again. And again. And you start to see the beauty of how you show up every day. What's up, Detroit Sean? You start to hold that accountability within yourself, because you know that when you show up for yourself, you don't need anything outside of you to show up. You don't even need an alarm. You'll just start popping up. You go get new workout clothes. You get some new shoes. And I encourage that. Anything that you want to do, get something that makes you feel your best at it. You want to work out? Throw away them ugly sweats with holes. Go get some nice new workout clothes. Be proud of yourself and celebrate every step, not just the big win. Celebrate every day. I did it. I showed up for myself. I'm proud of myself. I've been constantly showing up as me. And look at me. I'm soaring. It's been a month, it's been 2 months, it's been a year. I'm doing it. I am proud of myself. That's where it starts. It starts from that accountability of, wow, this has always been within me. That confidence comes from truly seeing how strong we are and our power to commit. I actually believe that that's the fear at times of the power of ourselves. That when you see your true power of yourself, you may say, man, if I'm this powerful, why am I still in this place? Why am I still in this relationship? That's a part of it. However, just keep going. Because when you see what you have done for yourself, then you know what you will do for yourself. All you have to do is just see it consistently, daily, small incremental habits and changes. That day I wrote down, what do I want? What do I want out of life? Where do I want to live? What is next for me? What is the career that is defining the next part of my life? What is the goal that stretches me, that challenges me? I wanted goals that challenged me, that I knew I would accomplish. I didn't know how. I didn't know the timeline, but I knew that it would happen. Thank you, salt of the earth. And that's why you see this glow. This TED Talk on Saturday that I am giving is that confirmation for me. Because as I said, I'm speaking like this on the TED stage. I've been speaking like this daily on TikTok and YouTube. By the way, go subscribe to my YouTube channel, Hope is Speaking. I've been showing up every day. So there's no difference in the day after I give the TED Talk. Yes, it's more visibility, but I've just been showing up as this, speaking like this. And that's the beauty. Understanding that that stamp is just confirmation for you, but it doesn't, TED isn't giving me anything that I don't already have. There's nothing that's given to me that I don't already have. What you already have, you already have. And the beautiful thing about each of us is there's always more in us. There's always more in us. And all it takes is that confidence. All it takes is that belief. All it takes is the acceptance of, I will start. I have started. I'm proud that I started. Look at what I've done in this moment. Look at what I've done in 2 days. Look at what I've done in a week. Look how far I've came in 10 days. Every day, congratulate yourself. Applaud yourself. Be proud of the forward movement. Not when the 10 pounds are gone or you did the 10 miles or what have you. It's every day. It's doing it every day. It's encouraging yourself every day. It's talking well to yourself every day. It's choosing those words that are empowering for you every day. So when I entitled this talk, What Are You Selling? Sell to yourself the goodness of what you are. Sell to yourself the resilience. We've all lived through a lot. What got you to this moment in this day, on this Tuesday? You can look back and say, whoa, I woke up today with the knowing that I'm going to continue. It's within me. I have it. And because I have it, I will keep going. You'll have to talk to yourself. You'll have to talk to yourself. Because there will be those days where you will want to give up. There will be those days when you question why. There will be those days when you think this isn't it. This isn't for me. And the beauty is to just continue. To say, I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going. I love that I've continued because that's where our resilience is built. That's where that strength comes out. When you see how far you've came, when you see that you can tell yourself to keep going and you do, when you say, I know I don't feel like it, but I'm going to take one more step. I know I don't feel it and I'm going to keep going. I know it's for me and I see it in my brain and I don't see it in this reality and I'm going to keep at it. That's what inspires us. That's what inspires you. Speak these words of power into yourself. Because you are the one that's listening. You're the one that's constantly battling against yourself. It's ourselves that we're battling against. Now, this mind game to me is often, it's something outside of me. It's always us. You can't do it. You've never done it. People are laughing at you. People are looking at you. What are they going to think? You have to say, yeah, that may be true, and I'm going to keep going. Yeah, that may be true, and I'm going to turn the volume down on that. There's something in it for me. And I'm worthy of the continuance. And because I continue, shows my power. Because I continue, shows that I can do it. And I've been there. I know about it. I know about it, especially in this journey. Whatever we journey for in life, it's really us that we are not even battling against, just building. To build something means that you have to start in a new space or you have to tear down the previous structure to rebuild. It's one of the two. Either way, the building takes time. The building takes dedicated effort. At times it will just be you. At times there will be others that will assist. At times you'll need to sit down and take a break and go on lunch and sit down and say, wow, look at my progress. However, you get to see the structure as it's building, and that's what continues the process. In fact, the process is what you build yourself into. How you've had to manage yourself and build yourself and speak these words of power into yourself through the whole process. When friends aren't there, or when people say, can I depend on you? And they're not there. Or when others see what you're building, and they may say, I can't help because there's a dream that I want, and this may be showing me that I can do it, and I just refuse to say yes. My day is beautiful. Thank you, Baha. It's a part of that. And I'm learning that. I've learned that. And even in this process, I shared yesterday those self-defeating behaviors. Those self-defeating behaviors of procrastination and negative self-talk. And that's where that beauty of being able to redirect your thought, being able to redirect how you talk to yourself, and being able to say, I'm going. I'm doing it. I'm doing a great job. I'm continuing. This is for me. It may be uncomfortable. It may be difficult. And I'm getting there. And I'm proud of myself. And look at what I've done. And I just keep showing up. I'm relentless. Don't try, do. Do. There's a difference between trying and doing. When someone says, well, I'll try to work out, you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. I am working out. There's the difference. You can't try to work out. You either do or you don't. I'm going to try to eat. Okay, I don't know what that means. You either do or you don't. I'm going to try to be the success that I see. No, I am. I am, because I know it. I see it. I'm building it day after day. And this confidence that I speak about, that I believe that's within all of us, is that beauty to just keep showing up for ourselves. Keep showing up for you. This experience is about you. Now, of course, we have families and friends. And I say I am selfish completely. I'm considerate. I'm considerate of others. And it's a full-time job to build yourself, to talk well to yourself. And this spills into others. How you speak to others is how you speak to yourself. If you are harsh and critical of others, you're probably harsh and critical to yourself. So when those steps are taken to speak well to yourself, speak words of affirmation and power and kindness and strength into yourself, it shows up in others. If you don't have anything nice to say, you don't say anything at all. However, it's the same with everything. Learning to forgive yourself, that's a huge thing. When you cannot forgive others, ask yourself, have I forgiven myself? Have I forgiven myself when I cheated on that person? Have I forgiven myself when I didn't pay that person back? Have I forgiven myself when I gave someone my word and didn't show up? Ask yourself, because if you haven't, it will show up in your relation with others. And it's a process. What does it mean to forgive yourself? It means to give yourself grace. This experience is not easy. You're doing the best you can with the knowledge you have. When you know more, you direct yourself differently. That's it. But until you're at that space, learn to forgive yourself. Because it does translate into how we interact with others. And there's a powerful space in forgiveness and how forgiveness shows up in our life. There's a powerful space in our dialogue to ourselves. I can't do it. I've never been able to do it. People are looking at me. People are laughing at me. People are worried about themselves. My father would always say, no one cares about you except me and your mother. We love you. Now, that's slightly toxic. However, people care about themselves. They may think about you for 2 or 3 seconds. However, that's okay for people to think about themselves. In fact, once you understand that people ain't thinking about you, it creates a freedom for you. People aren't thinking about you. They aren't going home and saying, I wonder how Paper Chaser did such and such. I'm going to... They aren't. Now, they may. And even if they do, so what? Get to the point where Mel Robbins says, let them. She has a theory called let them. Mel Robbins, prolific speaker. She says, what's up, Moni Love? Good to see you in the chat. Moni Love. Mel Robbins says, if people don't invite you out, let them. If someone makes a plan and then doesn't show up, let them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I know you'll be watching my TED Talk this Saturday, so I'm excited that you're here. When people just show up as them, let them. Let them. We're not able to control how others show up in the world. Let them. Let them. Allow yourself to show up as that power. If someone didn't show up or didn't invite you, guess what? They don't want you there. Why are you asking them, why didn't you invite me? They didn't want you there. They didn't want you there. If they want you there, they will invite you. Accept that. So what? So what? And ask yourself, why is this such a big deal to me? That I feel something because I was not invited. To ask someone why they didn't invite you, you already have the answer. They didn't want to. Furthermore, why do you need clarification of how someone did not want you around? Ask yourself that. Allow people to show up as them. And I have friends like that. They just show up. I didn't invite you. I know. I just came. I know. But that is a problem. There is a reason why I did not ask you to come. And I'm also all for just at times showing up, but not in that sense. If someone didn't invite you, don't show up. Don't show up. In fact, ask yourself why you still want to be in a space where a person didn't want you there. That has more to do with how you see yourself. That journey, that experience, that way that you allow yourself to show up for yourself teaches how other people will treat you. If I'm asking you, why didn't you invite me? That has taught the other person something. If someone doesn't invite me, okay, they don't invite me. Oh, well. That actually has nothing to do with me. Has everything to do with them. Think about that. Has everything to do with them. And it may not be a malicious intent. They may just not want you there. They may just think you didn't want to be there. It does not matter. What matters is your insistence of understanding why you did not get the invite. Allow people just to show up. as themselves without questioning an action to not include you. And friendships change. The thing with friendships is also, and I love, oftentimes I am with myself for my birthday because as a flight attendant, I probably for the last 20 years, I'm in a different country for every birthday. I don't care to invite people. So they could say, I can't make it. Can you do it another? No, you can send me a message. I'm okay within my space. I'm safe with me. I feel good within me. I don't need you to confirm that I'm worthy in this day. I'm worthy of myself because I said it. And I feel it. Well, Marcus Allen, ask yourself why. It comes here, and I always speak about this. It always comes back to us. If we are having a difficult time accepting not being invited, that has to do more with us. Now, it could be something deeper, but ask yourself, get to the root of that. Get to the root of that. Because no one has to invite you anywhere. In fact, accepting, no one has to do anything for you. 50 Cent has a quote where he says, no one owes you anything. No one. Not your parents, not your siblings, not your friends, not your partner. No one actually owes you anything. And accepting that creates a space of, oh, okay, yeah. Huh. If no one owes me anything, then why do I have an expectation that they do? Why do I have an expectation that I must be invited? Why do I have an expectation that if I am not invited, then there's something wrong with me? Ask yourself that. Because that feeling of not being good enough also comes up in these other spaces. I'm not good enough. That's why they didn't choose me. That's why they didn't invite me. That's why they never want to be around me. Maybe, but probably not. Even if that's the case, so what? To get to a space where you feel the same, whether you're asked, whether you're invited, or whether you're not invited, may be a goal if that's for you. And I understand that because I don't invite people. Or when I do, I've actually, no one would ask me why they weren't invited. Possibly because I would just say, because I don't want you to be there. I'm honest. It's my time. It's my space. I don't want you to be there. How does that feel? For me, oh, okay, that makes sense. I don't feel anything from that. If someone said, well, I'm not going to ask anyone why I'm not invited. First off, people are free to make their own decisions. But if I did and they said, oh, I don't want you there, oh, that makes sense. Yeah. I don't take that personally. Okay. Paper chaser. That's why with pleasure. This is this uniqueness of the confidence of yourself. Seeking that validation, seeking to always want that invite, seeking, it's us, it's within you. You got to turn it inward. I'm not begging anyone. I'm not begging anyone for treatment that I already give myself. I'm not insisting that someone treat me how I already treat myself. If it's not to that level of how I treat myself, I'm not even going to see it because it's not worthy of me seeing it. It's not on that level. I don't take offense. It just is what it is. The ones that do, I see because they treat me the way I treat myself. But I'm not begging anyone to give me what they haven't been giving me. They've consistently showed you. Accept it. It's right there. Furthermore, to ask something outside of consistent behavior, you got to ask yourself why. If an individual is constantly showing consistent behavior and you insist something different, the problem is not them. It's you. To ask something outside of consistent behavior has nothing to do with that other person. My friend, it's you. Furthermore, thank you for continuing to like and share the live. And thank you for following me, Angie A. Triple Threat. Thank you, Alfie 007, for following. These are the questions. This gets to that space of confidence. Why do I feel like this when I'm not included? Why do I feel like I have to be included? Why do I feel like I have to correct someone's consistent behavior? Why? Because then I feel like I have control, and then I feel safe because control me. You can get to the root of that, but you got to start asking yourself, you do not have control of anyone's behavior outside of yours. So it's a beautiful space to say, I feel uncomfortable when I'm not invited. Sure. Why? Why? The person has already shown you they don't want you there. And I'll use this as an example because it's frequent. If a person doesn't invite you, I would question why you are asking why they don't want you there. They've already shown you they don't. Take that as the answer and go on and become stronger within yourself and say and know the people that I love are free to make decisions that suit them because they are. Doesn't mean that they don't like you. Do you like yourself? All of this comes back to how you like yourself. If someone didn't invite you, okay, so what? They're free to do that. But why does that mean that there's something wrong with you? Why does exclusion mean that there's something wrong with you? Imagine yourself in a point where you said, they just, okay, sure, and go on. You know how freeing that is? You don't even think twice. They didn't invite me. Oh, okay, maybe they had different plans. I don't even think about it. The real response is, oh, okay. If I want to go somewhere, well, also, I don't like to be around a lot of people, but to ask yourself that, why do I feel like exclusion means something is wrong with me? It sounds like there's a worthiness within yourself that needs to be heard. You may not actually like yourself if you feel that because of someone else's action, it's because you are not good enough, or you are not worthy to be there, or they're doing this purposely to hurt your feelings. People aren't thinking about you, but restructure it. Restructure this. Okay, so what? So what? Someone can be your peer and still not want you in a space. What does that mean for you? If it means that you are less of yourself or you did something wrong or why didn't they invite me, sit with that. Okay, but you are worthy for you. It actually does not have to do anything with them. That feeling is something within you that needs to be heard. I don't care whether it's a peer, whether it's a family member. If someone just doesn't invite me, okay, so what? Why does that reflect badly on my being? Sit with that and ask yourself, really, get to the core of that, because when we start really doing what is called that work, these things are connected to things that have nothing to do with those people. Nothing to do with them. It could be something from childhood or a guardian or a parent. There's something deep within ourselves. And that's the space where we can learn and grow. But constantly blaming the other person for, you aren't treating me right because I didn't get the invite. Okay. Or they didn't invite you. It doesn't have anything to do with me. It doesn't mean I'm less of the beauty that I see within myself. And if I do, I need to work on that. I need to understand that. Because if someone has that ability, everyone has the ability to pull your strings. Yeah. However, the ownership is on us to do that work, not on other people. Because it's only showing up in that way. It's only showing up from the discomfort that you feel from not being invited. It doesn't mean that that's actually it. That hurt or that pain or whatever it is just showing itself through that action. It's all connected. This is what I'm getting back to. It's within ourselves. To get upset at how someone else who's not even thinking about you, and let's say that they are, let's say they purposely didn't invite you. Let's say that's true. So what? If you still want to invite from someone who purposely excluded you, that says something. That says something. Do you hear what I'm saying? And this is why when I speak, I always say it comes back to us. Now, the catalyst may be the feeling that's caused by another person. However, I take responsibility for how I feel. Meaning I can say, that doesn't feel good. What does that come from? Does that mean I'm not good enough? Does that mean they don't want me around? Does that mean that, like when I was in third grade and people teased me because I was the skinny one in the class, and then I decided to shrink myself because I wanted to be chosen? We can figure it out, but it comes to us. That responsibility falls on to us. And the beauty of that is then you no longer feel that. Do what it takes to get to a point when someone says, hey, I don't want Hope there. Okay, cool. That's all right. I don't want to be in any space where a person genuinely does not want my presence. Question that. If you're asking to be invited when someone genuinely does not even want your presence, that is on you, my friend. Thank you for the follow, Renee. And all of this came from, I thought I understood it. However, a lot of this came from that simple ability to question. And this is what my TED Talk on Saturday is about. When I had that emergency landing as a flight attendant and I had to sit with This experience could be done. I could have died. It could have been over. I gotta start unraveling me, because now I'm here, and I believe I'm here for a reason. And I'm being purposeful, and this is meaningful. And hold on. And because I'm here for a reason, I have to get in all those nooks and crannies of me. Because when I decided to become a professional speaker, to uplift, to inspire, I had to go through and unwork this for me. I only speak on what I have endured, or what I have learned, or what I have gone through. Is it easy? I don't know, but it's worth it. I'm not putting the ownership on how I feel for others. I'm grown and sexy. I don't do that. I do what needs to be done. Now, for me, I had a therapist. I journal, I'll meditate, I'll go swimming, I'll run, I'll sit with these feelings, I'll write it out. I will write out. Your brain will tell you. Why am I feeling this? And just sit and wait. But do the work. This is where that discomfort of seeing others who have avoided this. This is why, if you don't invite me, great. Great. But I'm not begging anyone to be included who willingly didn't include me. And that goes into a relationship. I'm not begging you to choose me. I'm not begging you to be my partner or my boyfriend or my husband when you have consistently showed that that's not what you want. That means there's unworthiness in me that wants to be seen, and I'm playing out that same role because I want you to choose me. I don't do that. I've chosen me. I've chosen me. That's it. Get to a point where the ownership is on you. I see it often on these apps about people's experience in relationships. And it often comes back to what we saw as children. And a lot of these triggers show up in our interpersonal relationships. So being able to say, whew, I feel that. Okay. All right, unworthiness. You're showing up in a different space this time. So what? There's a point where you start seeing and you're able to label it. That awareness is beautiful, because there was years prior where you were unaware that that's what it was. And the constant chasing for validation and seeking approval and seeking to be chosen and seeking and seeking and seeking and seeking and me, tell me I'm worthy. Tell me I'm good enough. Tell me I'm good enough to be chosen by you. No, you choose you. I've chosen me. I know my standard, and that's it. I will consistently stick with that. But if you don't invite me, great. I don't see it as a positive or negative. It just is what it is. People are free to show up how they show up. What's up, Doobie? I allow people to show up how they show up. This is what we're all doing. We are just showing up. For you to label, well, that's how you choose to label it. In that same response, it could be, wow, the power I found in what I've learned about myself compared to emotional drain. Choosing more, I will never say that. Words are far too powerful. No one drains me. What's powerful is what I've learned from myself in this moment. What's powerful is how I've learned to choose me in this moment. What's powerful is how I've learned that I can choose how people treat me by my simple response. By my response. And when I say it's always us, that's it. I'm only speaking power into me. I'm not speaking, no one's draining me. That is that lack of power within oneself. I'm choosing different words. I'm not drained. I'm empowered by what I've just learned in this moment about myself. What? I've learned something about me in this moment. I am so powerful, and I'm proud of how I love myself and my diligence with continuing to learn about what's in me. There's that. Our words are powerful. Our words are powerful. So choosing your words will add to it or it will take away. With pleasure, Nini. I'm grateful for you too. I'm only speaking words of power. And I'm calling you in, not calling you out, Marcus Allen. I'm calling you in and sharing. It could not be the drain, but it could be the connection to something new within yourself. So instead of feeling drained, I feel inspired in this moment. I'm constantly learning about myself. And now that I know that others are just making decisions that are best for them, I can have compassion for that. And this is also what I learned in post-traumatic growth, which is what I experienced after the plane went down. And this is what I'm speaking about on the TED stage this Saturday. As I said, you can go to my link in bio and click the TED label and bookmark it because it will be live streamed. And within post-traumatic growth, an added sense of compassion comes from this. When people have traumatic events or near-death experiences, there's this space of like, whoa, I've been just putting too many expectations on people. I'm compassionate. I don't know how people think. I know how I think. I can assume that they're thinking like me, but they're not. So when I allow people to show up, my assumption is no one's ever doing anything to purposely hurt me. That's always my assumption. Here's another thing. If they are, okay, I can have compassion for that because maybe something happened where that's their reality. But still, that does not have anything to do with my self-worth. And that creates a power. It also creates a grace. How people show up is how they show up. However, I will show up in my power. However, I will only speak these powerful phrases into my life. However, I go forward knowing that the beauty is I'm constantly growing within myself. And with pleasure, Nini. And I get to be responsible for my feelings, not others. Meaning how someone shows up, it's not their fault for how I feel. I feel how I feel. Okay, feelings are there for a reason. They teach me something and I let them go. Or I can sit and journal and get it out or say, maybe this means something. But I don't blame anyone for how they made me feel. No. I take ownership of how I feel. That creates a power. I'm not giving my power to anyone anymore. Ever. Our power is so great That's how quickly you give your power away. This person did this and I feel this. No, they did that and this is how you feel. Now what? Now what? My power is my life force. That is my energy, which means the moment I give it away, I'm actually giving my life away with ease. I'm allowing you to have the volume on the control of how I show up emotionally. That is way too much control. I refuse. No. Get your hands off. I get to do that. I get to respond. I get to sit with the feeling. I get to sit in my power and say, my power is my power. They may have shown up this way, but I am powerful, and how they treated me has nothing to do with me. It's their inner system. However, I'm powerful and I'll separate myself, or I'll share with them, hey, I didn't feel great when you punched me in the eye. However, my power is great. I'm never allowing anyone to take my power. And that takes work. And that takes some discomfort. And that takes ownership over your life. I don't care if it's at a job. I don't care if it's in relationship. Understand your power is great. Thank you. Understand your power is your life force. Understand your power is magnetic. Understand your power is the drive for life. Understand your power is abundant. Understand your power is what makes you unique. Understand your power is yours. It's yours. I'm not giving my power away. I inspire you and challenge you to understand that and sit with that and ingest that during this day. Don't give your power away that easily. Don't give your power away. If you're driving and someone cuts you off, the moment you react and you start talking to a car that can't even hear you, you've given your power away. Understand that you get to control that. That's your power. It's the awareness. And once you have the awareness, everything falls into place. But your power is your power. Stop giving it away freely. Stop giving it away. That's when you feel drained. You've given all your power away with ease. You've given your life force away with ease. Just because someone showed up how you didn't want them to. So what? People are going to do that every day. Feel confident and grateful that someone asks you for money. I'm grateful when people ask me. That's a place of power. That means they believe I have it. Do you understand when I say I'm always in my power? That is that weak statement. I'm not taking that as a non-powerful statement. If people are constantly asking for money, that's powerful because that means that they assume I have it. That's the power statement that I will associate that with. Anything outside of that ain't for me. You also have the power to say no. Now, when people do ask me for money, I say, listen, I cannot be of assistance in that way. However, I can be an ear. I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to help you brainstorm a solution. There's other ways, but quit just, this is, do you see where this vigor comes from? Because too many of you are in this space of weakness. You don't understand your power. You don't understand your power. You got to understand you have more power than you even know. And you give it away every time you speak with words that aren't empowering. Instead of saying they're always asking me for money, I'm so grateful that they assumed that I got it. I am that powerful. I'm that. That's it.
I'm not staying around for anything else. That's why you feel beaten up through life. You assume that everything is because of what people want from you. Maybe they see the power in you that you don't see yet. Start standing in your power. Start being the warrior that you are instead of the victim. That's whack. It's lame. It's consistent. It's what most people do. Not me. It's why my name is Hope. And I'm sandwiched in between faith and charity. I have an older sister named Faith and a younger sister named Charity. There is a reason why my parents named us that. I refuse to let anyone take away my power, ever. I walk every day empowered. You feel my energy. This is why I committed to speaking. So I don't relate to any of that. And I challenge you to be that power. Speak with power. When I speak, you know there's something. Quit dimming your light. Quit allowing people to lessen you. You've lived through everything until this moment. You got something great in you. You got power in you. Quit giving it away, or don't come onto my page, because guess what? I'm going to speak some power into you. What's up, Jay? Hope is speaking is only for those that know their power or want to get back to it. Until you're there, this ain't for you. Until you want to be fully within the power that you were born to be, this ain't for you. Do you understand? This is power. This is what power is. Power means when I'm not invited, great. I probably won't even know that I'm not invited. I probably didn't even check the message because I'm walking in my greatness. I'm standing in my power. I am doing something that's meaningful and purposeful to me. Anything outside of that doesn't add to me. In fact, it's taken away. Start understanding that. Start being the greatness that you are. Thank you, Divine Tarot. Yes. I come from power, but guess what? We all do. We all do. I talk about it. We all come from power. I don't know where you're from. I don't know your background. There's greatness that got you to this moment. There's people in your past, ancestors, relatives. You have no idea what they sacrificed and how they continue to get you to this moment. Start walking like that. Start walking as that. Start showing up as the power that you are, the money that you are, the belief that you are, that thing that you want. You're already it. But until you start believing it and walking it and speaking it, you're not. And you definitely can't hang around me. I'm on fire. I'm on fire because I've been walking in that power, which is taking me to a goal. This TED stage is a goal that I had on a vision board, and I just kept showing up every day. I didn't know how. I knew it would happen, and I just showed up every day. When people said, well, I don't know what a speaker is. So what? I don't care. Dude, so what? What you think about me is none of my spiritual business. How you see me is really how you see yourself. That's why when I say you are powerful, it's because I see the power in me. And we're all unique, but we're all the same. So whatever power I have in me is within you. It's within you. And until you actually see it in yourself, you will believe that it's not you. And you will believe it, and I can hear it in everything you say. I can hear it in these statements where you just speak disempowerment to you. You believe, my dad would say they believe the lie. You believe every lie. I can't because, I won't because, my skin's the wrong color. I'm not thin enough. I'm not fat enough. I'm not thick enough. I don't have enough money. I didn't go to this school. None of that means anything. What it means to be powerful is truly just to believe in your power. You have infinite wisdom. You have infinite abilities. Quit giving your power away. Live in the light that you are. If it's delusion, sure. But make that delusion the real illusion when it comes into this space. That's all it takes. But you gotta toughen up and stand in your power. People didn't sacrifice to get you to a space where you just say anything. Your words have meaning. Your words carry weight. It's called spelling for a reason. You're casting a spell. You're building a world. What do you want to build? Until you understand that power, you'll build things that you're unaware of. Build your power. And it may just be because you're on this app listening to me. I don't believe anything is a coincidence. There wasn't a coincidence that I was on that plane that went down. That's not a coincidence that led me to the next step, where I said yes to this voice, and I just started. And I said, yes, I don't want to live here. I need to be on an island with sun and with water and with fruit. And I moved to Hawaii. I need to share this voice. And I retired from flying at 36. I said, there's something else for me. I've lived one dream, and this next dream to speak will be even brighter than the one I just conquered. Do you hear what I'm saying? There's nothing different or special about me other than the belief of, I know it's me. That's it. The only difference between me and you is that I believe it, and you have yet to believe the infinite power that is you. Believe it. I entitled this, What Are You Selling? Because we're all selling something. With pleasure, Divine Tarot. Thank you. I found my gift. When I speak, and I told myself no for so long. What do you mean a speaker and you're going to encourage people? I had to tell myself yes. This is why when I speak, you feel it. Other people, you don't feel anything. You feel it. This is something bigger than me. And it is my life's goal just to inspire the power within you to be believed. Believe. 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 I don't know what's stopping you in this day from believing your greatness. However, you heard me. You heard hope. Hope is speaking. Hope is speaking. I'm happy you're encouraged. I will continue to speak because this is my purpose. And it's not, this just fulfills me. So I'm going to continue on. And I challenge you to continue on in the power that you are, because you are powerful. And I made it my life's goal just to speak power into us. Simply from the unique being that you were born to be. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Divine Tarot and spirituality. Thank you. In this day, challenge your greatness. Know that you're more. See your power. Speak you are powerful. Claim your power. Claim great things in this day. Claim everything that you want is here. Claim it. Just speak it. You don't have to believe it. Speak it and see what shows up. This is what I do. I come on every day and speak minimum 90 minutes, 2 hours, sometimes more. Follow me here, Hope is Speaking. Subscribe to my YouTube, Hope is Speaking. I upload all of my lives, which can be quite long, so you can go listen to all of my TikTok lives. I will be uplifting my travels because, as I've shared with everyone, I'm giving a TED Talk in a few days in Germany this Saturday. So follow me on TikTok, subscribe to my YouTube. In my link in bio, there's a TED branding button. You can click it and bookmark the page, and you can watch my TED Talk live. It will be streamed. I believe it will be streamed as well as thank you on the TED YouTube page. Thank you. Yeah, this is what I do. And Marcus Allen, thank you. As I said, I'm calling you in, not calling you out, because I get it. I understand. We're all going through the same thing at different points in life. And even my confirmation of having this TED Talk means we're infinite. I just chose to speak. I just showed up speaking. Okay. I left my career as a flight attendant for 15 years. I've known I've always had a voice, and I've just believed in myself. So I will be doing more content, longer form on my YouTube, because I've been to Germany hundreds of times. I've been all around the world hundreds of times. I've lived abroad, all of that. And this is really where my voice comes from, seeing the uniqueness and the oneness of the human experience through the 60 countries and seeing the world thousands of times. I'm inspired and I believe in you, and I will always share that. Don't ever let anyone take your power, ever again. Ever. And if they do, come to my page, go to YouTube. You'll get it back. You will get it back, okay? Thank you. I love you. And I end all of my lives with, be the reflection of love, because we all come from an infinite source of love. Show up. I showed up today. I got up, and I usually speak later, but something just draws me and leads me to speak at different times of the day. Therefore, I don't have a set time that I speak. When I'm inspired, I come on. Again, if you miss my lives, my speeches, I upload them onto my YouTube page, and you can go. It's almost like a podcast. You can listen. And there's always upliftment as well as my stories with traveling. When you show up, make it count. Make it count. All you did was show up today. All I did was show up today. But we created magic in this space. All you have to do is show up. But if you don't show up, the magic will never come. And finally, feel empowered, speak empowered, and be your power. Feel your power, speak empowered, and be your power. That is the secret. That is the secret. Thank you, Doobie. That is the secret. And when these mofos come around and they say all this stuff that's not empowering, give compassion. Not everyone will see it at that moment. I believe we all get to a moment where we do, but it's in different times. And I'm compassionate with that. So, my real name is Hope. This is Hope is Speaking. Take this with you through your day because you showed up for a reason. This is not a coincidence. I'm inspired, and I will continue to speak. And your girl's going to the TED stage, and I will continue to spread my message of hope. And I'll make it look good, too. I will make it look good. So enjoy the rest of your day. Know that the best of your day is yet to come, and you're someone special in whatever way. What's up, Sky? Thank you. And I discovered Sky from another creator. Thank you, Jay. Hattie's Bees. Whenever I fall across other creators that inspire me, I have to share before I go. Hattie's Bees is a prolific creator who started beekeeping due to its therapeutic therapeutic process. She is a retired veteran, and she started taking care of bees because the vibration of bees, and you can't be mad around bees. There's a certain vibration and frequency and feeling in your body that you must possess to be a beekeeper. So check out Hattie's Bees, HATTIE_SBEES, Hattie's Bees. Yes, the healing process. And she's an amazing individual, and she teaches about bees and their healing properties. So check them out. I'm inspired. Thank you, Sky. Really, see your power. You're powerful. Feel your power, speak empowered, and be your power in this day and every day going forward. And watch the magic. Watch your life change.